I know there's going to be a lot of people wondering why I'm in black and white, why ain't the quality, whatever. Because I want to upload this quick. I want to upload it straight from my phone. And if I put it in high definition, which I can, it'll just take longer. And I could run it through Sony Vegas, but fuck that. I ain't got time for that shit. It's a Cleveland Browns video about the draft. Now, when everything fell into place, we had Watkins here, who I wanted. Everyone knows that I wanted. I figured when you had a chance to draft an elite player like Sammy Watkins, who could change the game, along with Josh Gordon. I figured you got Josh Gordon and Sammy Watkins. That's going to make defenses are going to fear that. I was pumped up. And then Ray fucking Farmer traded it down 5 spots to Buffalo, and Buffalo selected them, and we got the 9th pick. And I'm thinking to myself, well, and we got the first round, we got Buffalo's pick. We got the 5th round this year and Buffalo's first round pick next year. And I started thinking, it's not a bad trade for next year. What are we going to get this year? As the draft ensued, I says, maybe we get Mike Evans. If we get Mike Evans, who's Johny Manziel's target, he's like Josh Gordon, big guy. If we get him with Buffalo's first round pick next year, look the fuck out. It's going to be a beast move. Didn't happen. Turns out the whole time the Browns didn't want him. They wanted the cornerback, which I understand. If you look at the Cleveland Browns situation, they did need a cornerback to go alongside outside opposite of Joe Hayden. Because Cleveland's defense last year was missing a cornerback. And Patine is making a defense like he's molding after the Seattle Seahawks. That's what he's doing. That's why if you look at what the Cleveland Browns did in the offseason, Carlos Dansby and Dante Whitner, they're molding everything after the fucking Seattle Seahawks. That's what they're doing. So I'm sitting there saying, I understand. If this guy pans out to be as good as Joe Hayden, it's a great pick. A great pick, because you got Buffalo's number 1 next year. You'll possibly be a top 10 pick. But I had a chance to take, in my opinion, a playmaker who will be a playmaker for years to come. So I'm still kind of thinking about, man, I wish we had Watkins. And then thinking about what happened later in the draft, we got Johny Manziel, who people know me. I said I would have definitely took him, not at 4. I said if he's around the second pick in the first round, I'll definitely take him. But we ended up by getting him in 22nd pick. We traded for him. So I'm thinking to myself, if we had, in hindsight, if we had Johny Manziel, Mike Evans, and Josh Gordon, because you know Mike Evans, Johny Manziel, whatever, we had them, think about that. Oh my God, offensively, we would have been stacked. I like the Manziel pick. He doesn't have to come in and start right away. I know there's going to be people pushing for him to start right away. And if he beats Brian Hoyer out, then let him start right away. I think Brian Hoyer, I always said this. I've always said this about Manziel. After watching him play, and anyone knows me from last year on Twitter during college, I said I hated him. I couldn't stand him. And then I started watching him play, and anyone will attest to this. I started saying, you know what? This guy, after he beat Alabama, I said, this guy's a fucking beast. Anyone could attest that I said this. He's a beast. And I said, you know what? I would take this guy if that's the Browns. And I did want him. I'm not going to lie to you. I said, you know what? I want the Browns to take him. Early in the draft, I said this like months ago. But then after you going on, I said, you know what? We need a receiver. I want Watkins more than Watkins. But now that we got Manziel, I'm not going to lie to you, I'm very happy. I was thinking, we could have got Gappolo, we could have got a bigger quarterback like a Tom Savage, a project quarterback. But it's quite evident the Browns want excitement. And I believe Johny Manziel is going to bring excitement. I think Johny Manziel is actually going to be a fucking beast in this league. If you look at the Cleveland Browns, they're molded. Russell Wilson and Johny Manziel are similar. Manziel's taller, about the same size. It's like God damn, I wish I was down that way, but, oh man. But anyway, it's like they're molded after it's like they're molding the team the same fucking way. So, honestly, I think Manziel's, by the way, a lot better than Russell Wilson. I know people think Russell Wilson's good. I'm not a firm believer in Russell Wilson, but I think Manziel's going to be better. Manziel's got a cannon arm. And if they keep Manziel in the pocket like a Drew Brees, there you go. There you go. So, I like it. I like what we've done so far. Now, tonight, if we can get a receiver, someone on Twitter showed me out of, what the fuck's his name? I forget. Out of USC, because I don't watch college football, but I was watching highlights of this guy. If we can get this guy out of USC, because we need a receiver. We need a fucking receiver to go up there with Josh Gordon. We can get a receiver, which I'm sure they're going to get a receiver. I'm not going to question Ray Farmer. He did get next year we have 2 number 1 draft picks. First rounders. I mean, hey, think about it. That means for the next 2 years, the last 2 years, we had 2 number 1 picks. So thank you, Colts. So basically, Johny Manziel turned into Trent Richardson. God, the Colts wish they had that pick back. I'm sure they wouldn't have picked Johny Manziel, obviously, because they got luck. But Trent Richardson sucks. So for this year and next year, we're going to have 2 first-round picks. You can't ask for anything more to build a team. So if we get a receiver coming up, I'm satisfied. We got a lot of picks. And I'm satisfied with what the Browns did. I mean, I'm looking back at hindsight. I wanted Watkins. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm like, man, I was real pissed off at the time. Now, after getting Manziel, I'm pretty pumped up. And I realized that we did need a shutdown. We did need a cornerback. A cornerback is not a sexy pick. It really isn't. It's like an offensive tackle. It's not a sexy pick. They're like the same thing. A sexy pick is like a guy like who I don't think is any good, Jadeveon Clowney. That's a sexy pick. Someone like a difference maker. Or a linebacker, outside linebacker. Or a Khalil Mack, inside linebacker. Or quarterback. Them are sexy picks. Or receivers. Them are sexy picks. But a cornerback, it's not a sexy pick. I mean, we got Joe Hayden. I'm like, whatever, you know. D. Milner last year was 6th pick in the draft. He ain't done shit. But this kid's supposed to be a beast. He's supposed to be a top press cover. And Patine, the coach of the Browns, needs a defense. He needs press corners. So I'm thinking, a Buffalo fan on Twitter told me that Patine had a lot of stamp. You can tell he had a lot to do with this draft because, you know, getting a cornerback, this is why he wants to run his defense. That's why we wanted to get Darrelle Revis. I remember at the time saying we can get Revis that can take care of a need. We wanted to draft a corner. Well, we got a corner, and supposedly this guy's real good. So I'm pretty excited about the draft. I'm not going to lie to you. At first, I was very hostile. I was wishing bad things on people because I thought, you know, you had a difference to get a playmaker. I figured Sammy Watkins to me is a Hall of Fame talent. And I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer, but I'm saying he's a Hall of Fame talent. But we all seen that with Braylon Edwards. Hall of Fame talent, but Braylon Edwards didn't have the work ethic that Sammy Watkins has. Oh, from all accounts that I read about Sammy Watkins, this kid's got a tremendous work ethic. So I think he's going to be a beast Hall of Famer. I think he will be. If everything pans out, if he starts playing like he's supposed to, I think he'll be a Hall of Famer. I really do. Braylon Edwards didn't have the work ethic, but he had the superstar physical tools. So we missed out on a stud, I believe. A couple of them. I think Mike Evans will be another stud. But if we get a lockdown corner in this guy, opposite Joe Hayden, it's going to work out. It'll be like Cam Chancellor and Richard Sherman. I know people say, no way. No, trust me. Joe Hayden's as good as any cornerback in the league. If this guy here can come out and dominate like I think he can, look out. So I'm pretty pumped up. Not going to lie to you. Pretty fucking pumped about this draft. What we do later tonight, get a receiver. Oh, my God. I'll keep giving you an update every day on the draft. Maybe even one later on tonight. I don't know. But I'm pretty pumped up. Pretty fucking pumped up.